people. Happy July 29th. I am wide awake at 4 in the morning. I've been up for over an hour already, knocking things off my list, making appointments, responding to things, all kinds of fun stuff, doing my meditation. I love today's was about being carefree and living life, and I think it ties really well into this morning's reading, and I will explain why a little further after. So here we go. Our quote is Fulton Ausler. We crucify ourselves between two thieves, regret for yesterday and fear for tomorrow. We've all said or done things we've regretted. If only we could turn back the clock and have a second chance. Sadly, we don't have that power. We have to live with our words and deeds, even when we spoke or acted out in haste or in a chemical fog. Or gambling fog. We can't do anything about tomorrow either, and worrying about tomorrow robs us of today. Certainly, we can prepare by doing homework, packing for a trip, or writing the speech we are to give. But once we've done the preparation, it's time to let it go. But today is ours. We can make amends, see someone in person and say I'm sorry, or send a card with a note of apology. We can think about what we do differently in the future, and we can pray for guidance from our higher power. We can't erase what we said or did, but we can speak or act differently today. Taking life a day at a time means living in today, in the here and now. Living in the past or future is futile. Instead, we can cherish this moment, relax, and enjoy it. Today, help me let go of the troubles of the past and fears of tomorrow. Help me make the most of today. I don't know that just paying attention today makes it carefree completely, but what's nice about it is you take away the worry and the stress about dealing with tomorrow. And I'm always telling you my memory is bad about the past. I think some of that is because as I learned to release it, and that I don't want to say it doesn't serve me, because it serves me in making me today, but I don't think I get as hung up on it as I used to, or dwell on it as much. I definitely have to remember key points or big lessons that I've learned from the past, but not in a dwell kind of way, more in a how can I draw on what I've learned to either share or improve and make, they talk about how history repeats itself. I want to make sure that that doesn't happen in things that I can do. So it has its place, but it definitely is not, it shouldn't be our focus. I love the fact that today's our focus. Today's my day 3 of this hard 75 challenge, and I made the mistake, I'll be honest. Yesterday I counted out when would this be done at the end of 75 days, and it was October 9th. Well, that became then overwhelming. I was like, oh my God, my whole summer is gone. Does this mean I can't have ice cream all summer? And yeah, that's kind of exactly what it means. But instead of looking at it, one day of not having ice cream isn't a big deal. So that's the way I'm going to reframe it. Just for today, I can't have ice cream. Okay, no big deal. It's definitely less overwhelming. And I know ice cream's just such a silly little example, but it can apply to so many other things. The bet, the drink, dealing with difficult people. Okay, I'll deal with them tomorrow. Just worry about today. I had a text yesterday, and I really got a kick out of it. It was one of my friends from Zumba who was like, hey, how are you? And I love what she did, because I find myself, I do it, and I don't do it as often as I would like, or every single time, but this whole living in today practice, especially after so much death and grief and loss and everything that 2020 has brought, I think it's really important just to, if someone pops in your head, just text them and say, hi, you popped in my head. Let people know you're thinking about them. And that's a practice we can do today. And it's one that I enjoy. So I kind of got one of those texts yesterday. And what ended up evolving is I now have a roller skating date for Saturday morning. So it was like, okay, and we'll catch up. And, that'll be Saturday. So I know I'm talking about the future. But I love that she just reached out in a random moment and said hello. And you have the ability to do that. And I'll tell you, like I said, wow, I can't even talk. I guess it's too early. The meditation was about living in a carefree kind of way. And part of the exercise was to list all the things that we have that could impact that. So like I have a roof over my head, so I don't have to worry. I could be, carefree about that. I have a phone that keeps me connected. I have friends, like all the things that we have to be grateful for, which I am like so grateful for, makes it so that we can shift our mindset into carefreeness. And it's funny because I even struggle to say it because it's like there's such a balance. I don't want to tell you to be aloof, like, and not address things that need to be addressed or whatever, but relieve that stress so that you can feel good. Stress is a trigger for some people, right? Like it's easy to go back, go drink, go do bad things if we're stressed, or go the other way. If we're stressed, we could be depressed, not want to get out of bed, not want to leave the house. That's not living for today either. And this reading is letting us know that today's all we have, and it's kind of like the serenity prayer. We can't control yesterday or tomorrow, but we can kind of control today. We can make the best of it. Like when I woke up at 3 this morning, I had a choice. Do I go back to bed or do I start kicking ass today? And I'm definitely happy with my results. I have class until 10 o'clock tonight, so I don't know how happy I'll be later. But I know that I'm going to get so much done. I love the morning. I could just be so productive in the morning, and it feels good, and the phone's not ringing, and I don't have to worry about, my day job if it's before 8 o'clock. I think that's why I like it. I don't function as well as at night, but so take today and kind of look around and take notice of what you can appreciate as you go along. And if you have any creeping feelings about tomorrow, do what the book suggests. Just prepare for tomorrow. Like, for example, with the 75 hard challenge, right? I have to have my gallon of water, which is way freaking harder to do than I would have thought. Because I felt like I've always been able to drink half my body weight. But a gallon's even a little more than that. And it's tough. But anyway, I have one of those filter things. So I have to prep my water. I'm not going to stress that, oh my God, I have to drink 128 ounces tomorrow. I'm going to focus on it today, 1 cup at a time, actually. But I could prepare and then leave it. Stressing doesn't help. Stress and worry don't help anything. They don't serve us. Wow, there's people outside my window at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's really scary. Yeah, I live a little inner city. I love this part too. Like we can make amends, see someone in person, say I'm sorry, and think about what we can do differently. And this whole, apologizing today, owning our stuff right away, I think that's so important. I told you there's been some weird stuff this week and my family being as upset as they are with the conflict going on. I wish they would just apologize to each other and move past it, because all the feelings of yuck that are going to sit in their guts and their hearts and make them miserable, make themselves miserable, and there will be an impact on everyone around them, because in Connecticut, it's definitely a group. It's a solid group, like they're always at the picnic, the party, the get together, the whatever. So if you divide the family, it's going to get even more awkward. As it is, there's already a little awkward with some other family politics, but it's just not worth it. I mean, whatever it is, the rumblings that I got isn't unforgivable, and I think that they're wasting their todays. And one of the people involved is 67, and he said that to me. He's like, I'm 67, I shouldn't be dealing with this. But he wasn't listening to me that he shouldn't, he needs to calm down a little bit. And I'm not trying to take away from his feelings. He's definitely, everybody has a right to feel what they have to feel. It's just, what's the value? Do they want to really sort through this and get to the other side so that they can live for today in peace and harmony? Or is this going to, 67, yes, it's relatively young, but it's not like you can look each other up in 40 years and reconnect or whatever. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. I'm trying to not call them old. 67 isn't old, but I mean, the particular uncle that I'm talking about had some heart scares this year. His brother had a heart attack. So it's just scary stuff. I want everybody well and happy and getting along, and that's why you're hearing more about this today. It's hard to not get involved too. It's so hard. But it's not my, what do they say? Not my clown, not my circus, not my monkey, not my, I don't know. One of those things. Anyway, that goes back to staying in my own lane, which I'll try to do. But the last part, I'm going to just read again because it's a good reminder. Today, help me let go of the troubles of the past and the fears of tomorrow. Help me make the most of today. And I really hope you guys do that today. I'm going to do my best. I am going to move on to my next thing, which is, I think, reading 10 pages in a book. And then I'm going to go outside for a nice bike ride. Hopefully the sun will start coming up a little because it's kind of creepy to go riding around in the dark. I don't have my big girl pants on enough for that. So, all right, guys. Well, have a wonderful Wednesday in my world. And I will be back with you tonight before class. All right, take care.